Merrymeet. So second part, sorry. Sometimes you need to isolate your girls, like I've got here, but I mean they're not like that all the time. And now I'm going to pen in my ducks when they're eating in the morning, but I'm not going to leave them like that all day. Once I've seen that most of the pasta's gone, they've eaten all their pellets, their duck grower pellets. They've eaten all that, so I might just open up the run for them now. Because again, I want my babies to be fed, and I don't want the sparrows going in there stealing all their food. Hello puppies, you're coming out, come on. See, that tray was full of food. An hour later it's all gone. But what would happen is, you coming out? Come on. No, you don't want to come out. You can come out, you're coming in the pool. They don't like the camera. Oh, Fawn, look at him. He's like, Freya. He's like Houdini, man. I don't know how he ends up in there, but he ends up in there sometimes. I'll come out and he's just sitting there in the middle of the pen, surrounded by all these women. Well, how the fuck did you get in there? Like Houdini. Free. Oh, look at you, my little beastie. You coming? Come on. Siggy. Siggy. Alright, they want to stay in there, they can stay in there. So usually what I do is I have the run open so they can come in and out as they want. It's actually divided in the middle there, so I can keep these girls isolated, or anyone isolated if I need to. If no one needs to be isolated, it's not divided, and they've got the full stretch of the 7 meters to go in there. But my ducks are only outside during the day. At night they all come in my house and they sleep in my office in those beds that I showed in the previous post. Also we do have aerial predators around here, hawks and eagles, and that my ducks need to run for cover. You coming, Ziggy? Are you coming? Are we bopping? We're head bopping. Are we head bopping? Hello, hello, honey. Oh, you thought you were in trouble? You're not in trouble. No, free. What's over here? He loves his pool. Anyway, so yeah, it's I think $90 extra in materials if I just make. I love seeing the run. Pendry, hello sweetheart. Hi. Oh, my other bubbies want to come out here. Oh, I know. Oh, Freya, I know you're so keen, but your wing feathers aren't back yet. They're getting there, but they're not back yet. So Bella's eye is okay on the left side. On the right side is a little closed, a little swollen. And Luca was even starting to show a little tiny bit of a cut above her eye. So that's from the boys hanging on their necks when they're mounting them. So of course they're both isolated, but early next week, if you remember, Bella also just recovered from her wings being injured by the boys. She's got a lot of feathers missing now, nothing to do with the boys. They're all molting, they're all dropping their feathers now, going through a hard molt. And the girls, literally, some of them have just like not molted and then boom, dropped literally clumps of old feathers, not new feathers. You having fun there? Yeah. I've got to bring the pot of water out there for their favourite pot. Let's bring it out. So, poor Bella wants to be out there as well. I might have a day where I isolate the boys in there and let the girls roam free. But I'll do it on a day where I'm going to be outside all day gardening. And when I say gardening, I'm not like saying sitting there with a trowel going tra-la-la-la-la in perfect gardening kit. I mean work boots, pickaxe, hardcore. Oh, let me put this under the oak. There you go, honey. That's their favourite, is their stock pot of water with mint. Fender, it's over here, honey. Fender likes to sit there on top of her oak throne and duck her head in the bucket, well, the pot of water. Hey, Ziggy, like Ziggy's doing now. Sigrid. So, Sigrid is interesting. She's a pure ruin. And the thing is, Frigg and Fawn are ruin cross peaking. She has had, knock on wood, she has had zero injuries, bald spots, issues with the boys mounting her. It's the other girls. And I mean, she's quite a decent sized bird, you know, she's quite stocky, strong. I think the ideal breed, especially for Frigg as partner, is Rowans, just pure Rowans. He's half Rowan. The Peking girls are just too small for him, I think. These, you know, pulls out too many feathers on the back of their heads. Hello, my beautiful boy. Feathers, more feathers, feathers. Hey, puppy. I just cleaned that last night. I've already got to replace it. However, I'm thinking of getting just pond liner instead of replacing the actual pond itself, just lining it with pond liner. I do want to actually get big rocks, not have these logs, and basically then putting the rocks on top of the pond liner, which to me will be perfect. You know, instead of, I think it's like nearly $80 for the 3-meter diameter pool. So, you know, instead of buying another one of those, I mean, what? I can get the pond liner for about $35 for that same size. You know, half the price, and it's still going to be more durable. I could probably just put the logs over on the outside flaps of the pond liner, instead of, you know, until I get the rocks I want. I guess I was kind of waiting for the time and chance and finance to get the rocks, but I could just do that for now. But I definitely too, that's going to bust soon. And even to dig it into the ground a little bit more, it's not really dug into the ground, it's above, hence why the logs are higher. Even if I only do a partial dig into the ground. The reason why I didn't dig it into the ground is there's an outlet in which you can allow the water to come out. And I was thinking of creating a piping situation, so then I could drain the pool or the pond out elsewhere. But again, I just need to get the materials, time and everything. So the list, I guess, keeps growing. I just need to do the priority. The priority for now is to sort out the relations between my birds, have the girls completely healed. I do think I really wanted to take the disabled duck sooner. Look at Luca, she's standing. I've got a brick in the actual tub there so they can get in and out easily. I don't want them struggling to get out because then they can hurt themselves in trying to do so. Freya! They're so sweet. Yeah, they do a bit of quacking when they see food. They get excited. And all sorts of noises. It's not just quacking. And but most of the day they're like this. You know, they're not minding anyone else's business. They're not like dogs that are just like whoop, 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 all bloody day and night. You know, all the bullshit you get with them. I like dogs, don't get me wrong. I just wish people had more than just dogs and cats as pets. It drives me crazy because so many animals out there are in need, are in major decline. So many ducks are bought like this for children, and then the ducks grow up, children don't like them anymore, or that people don't know how to rear or hold a duck. You okay, Freya? Look at her digging, just in case. Don't do that. You scare me. Hey, you scare me. You make me think you got your head caught on wire or something when you do that. Oh, Freya. Remember when you gorged your cheek out? Yeah, we don't want that to repeat. I have a diary dedicated to, see, Frig, Mr. Frig, good boy. He was pulling out Fawn's feathers there. See, it's quite interesting. I digress, but it's quite interesting when as these are brothers. They've grown up since they were 3 weeks old. Frig! What actually Frig is doing there, he's not just being a prick. As Fawn was growing up, Fawn was actually really rough. And he was the one causing the most distress to the females and damage. And Frig has learnt, as they've grown up together, to pull on his feathers when he thinks he's being out of hand. If Fawn is on top of a female for too long, Frig will actually go and pull his feathers as if to pull him off. But Fawn is gentle now. We don't have this issue with Fawn anymore. I've got it out of it. You know, I've trained it out of it. And I sort of gave a full free rein to Frig now. Frig is a bit of a monster. Managing the behaviours. I mean, you know, if someone's got dogs or have had dogs or know about dogs are no different. You know, well, your ducks aren't any different to dogs. They've got behaviours that need to be managed. I do believe there's probably a set of people that think, oh, they're ducks. You know, ducks do what ducks do. The boys will be boys, and to a degree, yes, but I also think they can be trained. I mean, I know they can be trained because I've trained mine. They really are no different to dogs in that regard. See, look, he's gone over there he's keeping Fawn in check. But as you can imagine, if Fawn is on top of a girl and Frig is doing that, you know, that's when the injuries to the wings and extra pulls out of feathers on the head come and yada yada. Mr. Fawn, look at him, he's so cute. My beautiful boys, I love you. Yeah. Today I am actually going to take Frig, the white one, for his first walk. You're going to come out for your first walk. Fawn's been out for walks. Fawn is like, absolutely loves his walks. He's a bit of a, looking up at the sky. Is there something up there? I can't see anything. Fawn loves going for walks. He loves ladies. If there's any women around and they're like, oh, there's a duck in a pram, you should see him. He is wagging his tail like it's going to come off inside the pram. It's just ridiculous. He's just... So it will be Frig's first time. Part of my toning down Frig is going to be involved taking him for walks, spending a little bit more time with him, because I also think there's probably a touch of the green-eyed monster, so to speak, a bit of jealousy going on, because I've actually spent extra time with Fawn to get him toned down. Just interaction, not like disciplining. Look at all the feathers coming off, fully molting. Not her disciplining or anything like that. It's easier to give an animal an incentive to do the behaviour you like than to tell them off for the behaviour you don't like. You know what I'm saying? That gets old. You can't just use a mean tone with them all the time and expect that it's going to change their behaviour. They're more inclined to reward than punishment. No different to us humans, yeah. Be we children or adults. My little fan, my poor fan is so scraggly. You're getting scraggly too there, my little secret. Yeah, we're losing all our feathers. She hasn't lost the feathers on the tips of her wings yet, but that's coming. You can tell the old feathers from the new. There's a lot of new fluffy feathers, downy feathers on all of them, but the longer, larger feathers, they're old, they're gone, going. New ones will be coming. Look how cute they are. Here's Suna. Look at Bella. She's got her head tucked into her body. Just cozy, sleeping away. It's really difficult when it's wet and raining. You know, I've got a nice day today. But really do try, if you have ducks, if you have an enclosure that, you know, that you keep them in for some part of the day. Usually my ducks aren't in an enclosure all day. It's only when I'm isolating like this, or, you know, letting any of the girls heal or whatever it is. But if you do have that sort of going on, please get straw. Don't have them walking around on concrete. That can actually lead to issues, especially if they've already got issues, such as arthritis and that sort of thing. If you've had any ailments yourself, or know anyone who's got arthritis, you know what it's like when you're standing on concrete. Yeah, it's no different to the feathered beings. Sometimes people just aren't aware of that. But do get straw and change the straw every day, or semi-layer it. So what I do is every day I top up any wet or damp straw with fresh straw, and then at the end of the week, also when I do a full clean out of the pond, I do a daily clean out of the pond, half clean, and then once a week I do a full clean. I do the same thing with the run. I just top up with fresh straw, let it build and build and build. And what are you doing there, Free? You're so cute. And then at the end of the week, I do a major clean out. I clean it all out, all the straw. Because having mold or mildew growing in the bedding or where they're sitting in is also something that leads to diseases. Ducks are so clean compared to chickens in regards to the diseases they can catch, develop or spread. However, that is dependent on the areas being clean and dry. You know, it's great when they have the wet areas, but they need clean, dry areas also. So it's got to be managed. I will say that if you have pet ducks, then you are most likely close to someone who is semi or complete living rural or countryside. So if that is the case, then I would be sourcing out the farmers who grow and produce wheat, straw, hay, and I would call around and find one that will deliver to you even. What you'll find sometimes, if they're delivering out, they're also delivering out to someone else close to you, and they get to, you know, get two birds with one stone sort of thing. That way, you know, once every couple of weeks or once a month, you can get fresh hay delivered, and you just, you know, clean and spread it out as you need. Sawdust is great, but sawdust is like almost 3 times the cost of the compressed straw. So we get straw that's compressed in bales, and the bale of compressed straw is basically $14. The bag of sawdust, I'll show it to you now, I'm a mess, is like $25, $27 sometimes. You know, things go up and down at times. But it's a good one. The dust has been vacuumed out of these shavings, the pine wood shavings. But if I was to use just these, I'd be going through a bag every 2 days. Yeah. So what I tend to do is use it in sections of the run. Sometimes I only have hay in certain sections of the run, and then straight through where the wet area is, around the wet area, I have sawdust because it soaks up the moisture. The issue of moisture on hay or straw is the biggest risk for mould and issues being caused from that, not from water getting on the pine wood shavings. thus why I do that difference. But what I do use the pine wood shavings for is the beds inside the house. Oh, he's so beautiful. Oh, my little squidgely boy. I just want to pick him up and squish him. He's got his little head tucked in between the two pots there, next to his lady love. You having fun there, Sigrid? She's so funny. So basically when I clean out the beds, I put a very thin layer of sawdust on the bottom. That absorbs any water or moisture or any waste that's produced. Look at her, she's almost camouflaged. That's her favourite place, is the oak log. Vendre! My beautiful Fen. You like feather tonight? Yeah. You're still beautiful. Yeah, even though you've got scraggly feathers, you're still gorgeous. Yeah. Usually Sigrid, where Fen's got her beak facing is an olive pot. It's an olive tree. Sigrid likes to sleep in there. Lays in there during the day. Fawn just likes to be near his lady love. Look at him, he's such a cutie. They're almost like ghost birds when they shut their eyes. Fine. Oh, because their eyelids have white fur. His eyes shut. Beautiful boy. So anyway, finishing off with what I'm going to do now. Alrighty. I'm not staying here. I'm going to move. You know, you get stressed thinking, oh gosh, you're going to move, and then what if you can't take this with you, that with you, your birds with you? I need to be positive and realise that I have done so much. They're all looking up. Wow, look, aeroplanes. That formation, the camera's not picking up. Wow, they're hawks. 5 in formation. There's a route that they go through. Basically, they fly up, usually through here. Circle, there must be some sort of permanent or relatively constant current that goes around, and then they slingshot back that way. So yeah, she's looking up still. They're right above me. Yeah, we're keeping an eye. The girls in the run are looking. Now Fawn's looking up. Here, Siggy. You stay there, pup. So what I'm even thinking is, where'd they go? They've gone through that slingshot bit that I mentioned, out through there. Yeah. So what I'm even thinking too now is getting these 3 editions is having them isolated outside when all of my ducks are outside, just for the first day or 2 or 3 days, and then introducing just the boy to my 2 boys and letting them play in the pond, and having all the girls isolated together in those 2 runs. Then slowly integrating them that way. And I mean, shit, I've still got to work out the relationship between Freak and everybody, you know. And then I'm getting another boy. What am I thinking? But I don't know, it might be good as well to have a male that they haven't grown up with. You know what I mean? Ducks are very social birds. You know, they need these dynamics. It's how they learn. You know. So I've got a lot of cleaning up to do here, of course. Originally I was thinking of doing tree line all the way down. I'm still going to do that with the elderberries. Also the wild growing sunflowers. I've got so many bulbs, rhizomes of these, that I'm just going to put them all through there, because basically I want this beautiful elder. She's perfect. She is perfect for screening, for keeping nosy fuckers out. Also cats, because nothing heavy can climb in or up these trees. They're shrubs because they're just a series of cane. You should see the poor magpies. Sometimes they try and get in here and climb, and the branch just goes all the way to the ground. They just can't get a foothold. So a cat's got no chance of getting up these things. So it's perfect for that. But what I'm even thinking of doing is, so if I'm definitely going to do a 6 metre run going down there, a front end, a door here for enter and exit on this side facing my house, and then also likewise on the other side. Then we're left with this spot. What I might even do is over here, this is just a naked membrane, or I should say shell, walking around. There's a lot of bees at the moment, and I've just got flip-flops. You see that spine? So I might even just use that temporarily here as a semi-temporary quasi-run to put the new guys in. I mean, it will be just perfect here. So I might, because the bed was going to come out through here, but what I might do is keep it narrow. I've got to knock all these down. This is from before I moved in here. Look at that, it's just falling apart. But anyway, put tail and ass and basically keep going down with this garden bed all the way down here, and then put up that rounded structure here lengthwise. Because the other thing too is when it comes to design and landscape, I like balance. I hate seeing things all on one side. Yeah. So if I run this tunnel through here, I've got enough chicken wire to secure it, even if it's only secured around the boundaries of it, because again my birds won't be sleeping out here at night. If I have the new ones sleeping out here just for the few days until I get the beds sorted, they'll be in the secured run closed off. But it's a good way for them to see, the family they'll be joining, and the family seeing the newbies in their run. So yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. But I was even thinking of it here, because when you look out from this position, having a structure there wise, I can't put a greenhouse. It would just come to pieces unless it was a glass greenhouse, and that would just get destroyed here. Some idiot will come around, throw something over the fence as they do. The cats will jump on the roof and probably smash it. They already jump on my bloody greenhouse. Electric fencing is something I'm investing in, and also security cameras, but I just can't afford it yet. But I definitely want to do it before I move again, because then I can just take it with me, sort of thing. I see a lot of things that I want and am doing inflation wise. The cost is just getting ridiculous. Having these things before it gets even more out of hand than what it is means something I don't have to buy later. I can just maintain it. But yeah, I mean, I was even at one point thinking of, well, maybe I'll move that greenhouse skeleton to here and have the tunnel facing this way, so then it opens out into a V, if you like. So where we're looking now is a centre point. To the left there'll be a tunnel, then to the right we've got these runs, you know what I mean, and then it sort of opens up, like, if you like. That's the other idea I had, which will mean this garden bed will have to be kind of semi pulled apart, which, don't mind. I might even have to move the fire pit down a little further. Hello, beautiful boy. We're going for a walk today. Yeah, look at you. You are so loved. You're a good boy. I know you're trying to do well. Hey? Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, we'll get there. My little man. Yeah. Free. Ooh. Beautiful.